Move with me. Raise your hands above your head, reaching all the way up, index fingers pointing in, and rotate them outwards. How does this change your breath? Rotating in, reaching, and rotating out. Giving your body the movement nutrition for pain-free shoulders only takes a few seconds. Believe it or not, but when I first got my bar muscle up and my ring muscle up, my shoulders were in terrible shape. They were strong, but also frozen. In fact, I would wake up the next morning unable to lift my hand above my shoulder. It took me a while before I finally got the message. You can't build a skyscraper on quicksand. In fact, you need a concrete, solid foundation. In the past 10 years, this concrete foundation for both me and my students has been what I like to call vitamin H, or hanging. Now, hanging will not just keep your shoulders pain-free and healthy, hanging will also allow you to unlock skills like a chin-up, a pull-up, or even a muscle-up. We'll use a movement ladder so you can pick your level of difficulty based on your ability. Just meet your shoulders where they are and follow along. Let's start with reaching up, so lifting your hands above your head, index fingers pointing in. If it helps, you can imagine reaching for a light bulb in your ceiling, feeling a long stretch. Rotate your index fingers out, pointing away from each other. And in. And out. Now hold it for 10 seconds. Keep reaching, intensifying the stretch. Noticing your breath. Sending it down into your lower belly and lowering your hands again. Moving on to level 2, where you will actually be going into a hang while also using support from your legs, entering an active squat. Now start by placing the palms down, using a pronated grip, sinking down, straightening my arms, and now I'm just going to start by shifting my weight from my left foot to my right foot, forwards and backwards. And from here I'm going to slowly allow myself to enter a hang while still using my feet as support. Let's hold it for 10 seconds. Sinking down, ears between your shoulders, and coming back up again. Moving on to the next level, where you will actually be using switches, so going from the palms facing down to the palms facing up, pronated to supinated. Again, sinking down, keeping your elbows locked, ears between your shoulders, choosing the right position with your feet so you can actually feel that there's a stretch running along the arm. And now I'm going to let go of the right hand, palms facing down to the palms facing up, and letting go of the left hand, palms facing down, palms facing up. Shifting the weight from the left leg to the right leg. Notice how as you're switching, the intensity of the stretch increases, really lengthening. Let's do 10 more seconds. Lengthen, final rep. And coming back into a standing position again as we move to level 4. Onwards into hanging. So you'll need a bar which allows you to fully hang. If fully hanging is still a bit challenging, you can also make sure that you find a bar that allows you to actually still keep your feet on the ground. So we'll jump onto the bar. From here, I'm just going to sink down, as I did in the supported position, allowing this sensation of stretch to appear, using gravity as my tool, and we'll hang for 10 seconds. Just hanging, you feel the stretch traveling through the arm into your rib cage and coming down again. Moving on to the next level, where we are actually going to activate the shoulders. which means that instead of allowing gravity to just sink you down, you're going to fight gravity by depressing your shoulders in a hanging position. So jumping onto the bar. Notice how I'm sinking down. Now I'm going to move my torso in the opposite direction, activating my shoulders, and again holding it for 10 seconds. Really doing some conditioning, strengthening the shoulders. Sinking back down again. And this brings us to the next level, where instead of just activating the shoulders, you're also going to imagine breaking the bar. Now, in a regular standing position, this would look like this. So activating the shoulders. And now when I break the bar, notice how this starts lifting my sternum or my rib cage towards the sky. Now, follow along as we enter a hanging position. So here, sinking down, activating my shoulders. Now imagine breaking the bar, and this automatically lifts my chest to the sky, and I hold it again for 10 seconds. If you feel you can't hold it anymore, then just return to the active hang. Sinking back and coming down again. Now we'll be using everything we've learned so far. So activating the shoulders, bringing them together, chest facing slightly up, and moving into a switch. So I'll switch from the palms facing away from my face to the palms facing towards me. So pronation to supination. Hanging, activating, breaking the bar. Now as I break the bar, I let go and I grab it on the other side. I let go and I grab it on the other side. Sinking down, and we'll hold it for 10 seconds. Notice a difference in the stretch compared to the palms facing away. And coming down again. Which brings us to the final level, where you will keep switching. So we'll work for time. Again, jumping onto the bar. Activating, sternum facing up. Switching, 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 switching. And coming back down again to complete the final level. If any of these levels feel too challenging for you, just use a movement ladder. Using your toes as additional support. You'll need a bar that actually allows you to support yourself with your toes. So only using your big toes. And now you can do the exact same sequence. So you can activate your shoulders, bring your scapula towards each other, and switch from side to side, palms facing away, palms facing towards you. This will still allow you to condition yourself, and over time, slowly take a few steps on the ladder to go to the full variation. Did you complete the entire follow along? Wonderful. Were some levels harder than others? It just takes more practice. Just know that you can always pick one level and spend more time on that level based upon what you need. You can also always return to this follow along at a later moment. Whenever I learn something new or teach something new to other people, I always try to pay attention to the thought, I can't do it. Because I know you can change that thought by adding one word at the end of the sentence. Yet. I can't do it yet. Which means there is always something to learn. Hanging is one of the movement vitamins which I recommend in my daily movement multivitamin. To discover the other two, click on the next follow along or click on the link in the description below to get the cheat sheet for this video and go from painful to playful.
More intensive.
Yes?